and pick a dot or a half meter facing either B wall or E wall. So pick a dot, just basically get on the center line and face B or E. Center line goes from A to C, it's a little dark line. So pick a dot, any dot. What's going to happen is I'm going to call some gates, and we're literally just going to make our way downtown to the wall and practice turning. So we're going to begin at the walk. For walk, the placement theorem is, again, I put this in the call chat and in the lesson thread. For the Belgian, everybody perceives it differently, but for the Belgian and how we kind of signified it in Crystal Pirates is whenever your front hooves are in the middlemost point of the line you want to merge onto, that's when you're going to begin turning and hitting your key. So if I was walking towards E wall, for example, when my front hooves are in the middlemost of this dotted line that I want to turn onto, that's when I'll begin hitting my turn key. Alrighty, if that makes sense, you can go into Global Store and we'll give it a try. If you don't have any questions, you can go into Global Store. Let me know if you two have questions or if you have the Global Store glitch. I can also repeat. Alright, everybody can come out, and let's go ahead and do a walk set. You do not have to focus on gaps, alignment, any of that. Just focus on the placement theorem at wall. Let's walk, set, pre, and go. So when your front hooves are in the middlemost point of the wall line, that's when you'll begin turning. You can do a bunch of trial and error, whatever you'd like. Alrighty, we tried it. Good. Alright, let's reset and try it again. Let's reset and try it again. It doesn't matter which way you guys turn. I know we're bonking. That's totally okay. Do the little bonk meme where you hit heads. Alright, let's go ahead and walk, set, pre, and go. Let's see. Ooh, we had some Pookies switch it up. Love. And again. Do a nice clean merge on those walls. Awesome. Alright, you guys can reset. Do we have any thunkies so far? Would we say that when your horse's front hooves are in the middlemost point, is that accurate for you guys? Pookies on different horse breeds, what are you guys seeing? If you have any thoughts, feel free to type them in chat. If you're ready to try the trot, you can Global Store. Accurate? Yeah, okay, good. Yippee! It's always so fun with dressage, because if you're not very particular, people can, like... It's kind of like science in a way. Like, if we just say, keep a 2 Shire horse gap, people imagine it differently. So we were kind of having, like, yeah. So small, it's kind of different, yeah. Yeah, dressage math, literally. We were trying to get so particular so that everybody could do it after they read that one little sentence. Alrighty. Whenever you're ready to try the trot, you can go into Global Store. You can go into Global Store. Alright, you guys can come out. We're going to try the trot next. For the trot on the Belgian, you're going to want to turn 90 degrees when your horse's front hooves make contact with the line that you want to turn onto. So you're going to really want to focus on the white dotted part. When the tippity tip of your front hooves reaches it, that's when you'll begin turning. Alright, so let's trot, set, pre, and go. Beautiful. Alright, let's reset and try it again. One more time, won't be the same. Da-da-da-do, just dance. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Alrighty, let's do it again. Let's trot, set, pre, and go. Let me move out of your way. And again, when your front hooves hit that line, begin turning. Alrighty, and we can reset. Okay, any thunkies on the trot? Would we say that's accurate? Was it slightly different? How did you guys perceive it? If you have any thoughts, feel free to put it into the chat. Or if you're like, let's zoom me onto the canter, you can Global Store. Accurate. Yay! Golf claps! We love. Alright, if you're ready to try canter, you can Global Store. If you have any thunkies, you can type in the chat. Yes, That's a really good point, Felix. Yeah, you really do have to anticipate. Alrighty, you guys can come out, and let's do Kanta. Kanta's my favorite, honestly. Whenever we do it in Crystal Pirates, I'm always like, ooh, Kanta. So Canter's really fun. For the Belgian canter, you're going to want to begin to turn when the back of your horse's saddle is half a quadrant away from the line you want to merge onto. So this one, I kind of turn my camera up and above my character to the side, or you can do behind if you prefer that. This one's kind of fun because it's just like, oh, you're half a quadrant away, and then you start turning. La-di-di-da-di-di-do. It's like a little stroll. So back of saddle, half a quadrant away. We're going to try that. We're going to do it at the canter. Again, feel free to experiment. But let's go ahead and canter set, pre, and go. So when your back of saddle is half a quadrant away, begin turning. Good. All right, and you guys can reset. Let's do it one more time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it. Do it. Let's bring it on. Alrighty. Just a turn. You can just merge onto the wall. If you want to keep curling, you can do that as well. Or like a curl comb shenanigan, whatever you'd prefer. Most of us are just doing like a merge at wall kind of thing. Alright, let's canter set, pre, and go. Back of saddle, half a quadrant away. Beautiful. Alright, you guys can reset. Any thunkies? Was that accurate? Did you have to turn sooner, later? How did you guys perceive that? A bit sooner, okay. Yes, it is definitely more challenging. Good with the Arabian, nice. Whenever you go to the faster gates, you have to kind of prep yourself sooner. Which we're about to see with the extended canter! Oh my gosh! After the extended canter, we'll get into some moves. Yes, I can clarify that for you. My horse is gonna eat the wall, yeah. For half a quadrant and quadrant, for me, I perceive that as, like, if you want to run over here, my back of saddle, I don't know if you do the meter system, 2.5, some people call it 5 meters. My back of saddle is in between the wall line and the 8th line. So my back of saddle is half a quadrant away. Yee. Oh my gosh, I just turned around and everybody was here. Alright, let's do the canter one more time. And then we can try zoomies. Alright, let's go ahead and canter set, pre, and go. And then we'll try the zoomies. Beautiful. Alright, you guys can reset. Yeah, there you go. Yeah! This is also really fun because you can just literally practice it on your own. You can literally just get in the arena and just start, like, frolicking and practice. It's really fun. Alright, we're gonna try extended canter, and then we're gonna get into some actual moves so that we're not just, like, running at the wall the whole time. So, for the extended canter, yeah, go frolic, guys. Literally. For the extended canter, you're gonna want to begin turning when your front hooves have just passed the quadrant line before the one you want to merge onto. So you can think of it as like player over the 8th line, your front hooves had just passed the line, and that's when you're going to begin turning. There's lots of ways to think about it. For me, I like to think, okay, my front hooves just passed the 8th line, so now I'm going to begin turning at the extended canter. Okay, and this is 4 clicks up. If you think you need more of a runway, you can back up. Totally up to you guys. It's going to come quick because you're going faster. Alright, we're going to try it! Let's do it. Alright, let's extended canter set, pre, and go. When your front hooves have passed. Yippee! Awesome. Alright, you guys can reset. Would you guys say that that came quick? How did it feel for you guys? Yes, Yeah, it's fun. Alright, let's do it one more time, and then we can get into some moves and application. Alright, let's go ahead and extended canter set, pre, and go. Beautiful. All right, you guys can all reset to the center line. It's so funny. All the people watching us are probably like, what are they doing? Oh my gosh. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of application now, and we're going to do a simple split at wall, merge at wall, but we're going to really focus on using our placement theorem to make that happen. I don't know if you guys have heard of scooping and slanting when merging, where the line leader takes a nice 90-degree turn and then everybody else can kind of like scoop and slant. If we all do our placement theorem really well, then we should be 𝘤𝘳𝘴𝘵𝘭𝘦. So let's get in a line and I can demonstrate that. Let's go ahead and do this. If you're level 26, can you come start us over here facing C wall? Level 26, max and happy. And then 25s, you guys can come line up. 25s over here. 24s, you guys can come line up as well. Level 24, max and happy. Oh, that's like everybody. It's okay if the line order's a little shrewd. And can we have our 23s? You guys can jump in next. 23s. And then our 22s. And then our 21s. Yay! Jump in the line. Alright, we can just do NTT gaps. NTT, so your horse's nose touching the tail in front of you. We'll also do that while moving. So your horse's nose should be touching the booty of the horse in front of you. Where that tail sprouts out, that's where your horse's forehead should be. Give it a little kiss. Mwah. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're right there at the wall, but it's okay. We'll walk to start. Okay, so we're going to do a walk split at wall. And then I'm going to lead us a little bit, and I'll halt and explain the scoop and slanting, and then we can talk about placement theorem. So we are going to walk and split at wall. So my 1s will go left, my 2s will go right. So for example, Felix up here in the front would go left, my next Pookie would go right, and then that pattern repeats on throughout the line. And we're going to use our placement theorem at wall. So remember, at the walk, you're going to turn when your horse's front hooves are in the middlemost point of the line you want to merge onto, which is this dot right here. Okay, so we're going to give that a try. Let's walk, set, and split left out wall. Walk, set, and split left out wall. Pre, and go. Making our way downtown. Keeping those NTT gaps. And once you've done that split, you can just keep cruising. Beautiful. Alright. For my leads, whenever you get there, I'm going to have you cut the midline at E and B. So you guys are going to kind of look like you're going to go head-on collision, but that's okay. So whenever you get to E and B, I want you guys to cut the midline using our placement theorem, which we just discussed at the walk. Beautiful. All right, and let's halt set. Everybody can just press your down key once. Halt set, pre, and go. Okay, we are about to have a remerge action here, heading towards C. Toward C. I'm going to discuss scooping and slanting. We're going to really focus on the placement theorem today, though. If you need to do it, you can, but I'm hoping that we can all really lock in on the placement theorem, and then it's all 𝘤𝘳𝘴𝘵𝘭𝘦, which means good. So whenever we are merging in Crystal Pirates, this is how we do it. I'm going to explain it to you guys. The line leader, or the first person to merge, so in this case, it would be Felix over here. They are confined to taking a nice placement theorem 90-degree turn. So when Felix's front hooves are in the middlemost point, they're going to take a nice 90-degree turn. Typically, afterwards, everybody else who isn't the line leader is allowed to scoop or slant to make that merge happen more cleanly. So that could look like, for example, scooping, which means taking the corner really wide to widen the gap with the person in front of you. So I just did an example of that. If you need to run over here to see better, that's totally okay. And then you can also slant your approach, which is where you cut off the corner and take a nice big old slant to shrink the gap with the person in front of you. Okay, does that make sense to everybody what scooping and slanting is now? Are we all on the same page about that? Yes, okay. Yippee! Alright, so we are going to focus on placement theorem, though. So instead of scooping and slanting, I want you guys to really focus on the placement theorem. And I want everybody to try and take a nice 90-degree turn. So instead of scooping and slanting, I want you guys to either trot on the straightaway or do that walk turn and then trot, okay? If you're ready to give it a whirl, give me a little ballerina twirl. That rhymed. Oh yeah, I'm so good. Gotta see. Alright, let's go ahead and walk set. We're gonna merge towards C. So we're just gonna file back into our nice single file line. Let's walk set and merge towards C. Pre and go. This is so nice. So again, you're free to trot if needed, but try to keep that nice walk placement theorem. Good. One of our lines is really close, so if you need to halt, that's okay as well. Alright, and let's go ahead and halt set, pre, and go! I got to get Felix right on the dot. Beautiful. Alright, let's all back up set, pre, and go. Now we know what we're doing, so now we're going to apply it at different gates. And we're going to make it like an infinity. We're just going to keep on going. I'm going to really test you guys. Alright, you guys can halt set, pre, and go. We're going to do that same exact thing, but now we're going to do it at a trot. So really focusing on when your front hooves make contact with the line, that's when you want to begin turning. We're going to split at wall, cut the midlines, and re-merge. Alrighty, let's go ahead and trot set into NTT gaps. So on your screen, your horse's nose, eating the tailbow / butt of the horse in front of you. Let's trot set, pre, and go. And we can split left at wall. Again, when your front hooves make contact with your line, that's when you want to begin turning. And we're going to cut the midline and re-merge towards C like we did last time. And again, you can speed up, slow down on the straight, but try to take that nice 90-degree turn as best as you can. Very nice, love. And get ready for another halt set with potentially Felix in the wall. You can just smack into the wall, actually. I want our friends in the back to finish. You guys can just bonk into the wall. Love little bonk. Beautiful. Alright, and we can halt set, pre, and go. Beautiful. Alright, let's all back up set, pre, and go. And we can reform our line. Beep, beep, back it up. Beep, beep, back it up. Keep going. Beep, beep, back it up. Keep going. Back it up. And let's keep going because we're about to canter or extended canter, so we need some runway. We need some runway over here. Keep going. Keep going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Alright, and halt set, pre, and go. Alright, how mischievous are we feeling? Would we like to extended canter or canter? Would we like to be mischievous? We want to do both. Canter, extended canter. Faster gallop! Okay, we want to zoomy. Alright, we want to do both. Alright, we're going to canter then, and we can do the extended canter afterwards. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and canter set into NTT gaps, canter set into NTT gaps, pre, and go. Remember at the canter, your back of saddle, half a quadrant away. That's when you begin turning. Back of saddle, half a quadrant away. That's when you begin turning. And then cut the midlines, merging towards C. Beautiful, stunning, amazing demure. And you can smack into the wall again or go left, Felix, whatever you'd prefer. Gonna let everybody in the back finish out. Good job trotting there. Awesome sauce. Yes, 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 yes. Pile. Alright, and let's halt set, pre, and go. Awesome. Alright, let's remake the line all the way over here, because we need a runway, because we're about to extended canter. So let's remake the line behind Felix right here. Get ready, guys. We are about to zoom. Yay, so awesome. Alright, if you guys haven't noticed, I've been asking you guys to really lock in at C, and whenever we're merging, but you guys technically have been doing the placement theorem in the corners, and when we've been cutting onto the midline. So this is like really challenging, and we're about to do extended canter, so good luck everybody. So reminder, extended canter, When your front hooves have just passed the quadrant line, right before the one you want to merge onto, that's when you'll begin turning. So these are going to come up really quickly, so I highly recommend using your camera to your advantage. I like to have mine to the side so I can see when my hooves have passed, but whenever you're on the wall, you're probably going to have to switch sides. So, camera, baddies, unite. Alright, good luck everybody. We're going to extended canter set into NTT gaps, pre, and go. And we're going to split at wall, cut the midlines, and remerge. And you can just bonk it to the wall again. Good luck, everybody. Let me get out of your way, Felix. This is so fun. Ooh, we got it, we got it! And you can just bonk it to the wall once you get there. You guys are doing really good. Oh my gosh! Okay, okay, good. Alright, and you guys can smack it to the pile. Join the pile. Love. Okay, pile, do we have any thoughts? How's it feeling? Extended canter, my beloved. Yeah. Any thoughts? Is it getting easier that we're doing it more? And you guys notice how, like, everyday dressage you've been doing this, you might have not realized. Yeah, Horsey's head damaged, for real. Alright, if you have thunkies, feel free to keep typing them. If you don't and you're ready to go to the next thing, let's make a pile on X. Yep, exactly. You're gonna do it, and you're not gonna realize it. Okay, we're all back over here. Okay, I like doing some, like, Q&A moments, like, theory moments, so we're gonna take a little break from all the combs and the cuts, and we're gonna do a little theory moment. Do you guys think that... So we've been doing comb. Here's my question. We've been doing comb, or, like, merging at wall, where it's a 90-degree. Do you guys think a curl comb has the same placement theorem as a comb? Or do you think it's different? Like, for a curl comb, would you have to turn sooner or later? What do you guys think? Without trying it, just take a guess. Different? Sooner? Different than a regular comb? Sooner? Okay, everybody put your guesses in. Put your guesses in. Alrighty, everybody, take a spot in the center line. We're gonna test it right now. Face E or B wall. We're gonna do a walk curl comb, and we're gonna test it, and you guys can tell me what you think. So I'm gonna call a walk set, and same placement theorem as before. We'll try it with the same one. When your front hooves are in the middlemost point of the dot, that's when you'll begin your curl comb. We're just gonna try it with the same placement theorem. Okie dokie. We're gonna go ahead and walk set, pre, and go. When your front hooves are in the middlemost point of that dot, you're gonna do a curl comb any direction you'd like. Alrighty, and you guys can halt. Okay, was it the same? Was it different? What did you guys see? Same, different, same. Alright, let's do it again! For me, whenever I was testing it, it was looking to be the same. But let's keep testing it and see. Let's try the canter. Let's go from walk to canter. So canter is back of saddle, half a quadrant away. That's when you're going to begin your curl comb. Alright, so let's canter set, pre, and go. Back of saddle, half a quadrant away. That's when you're going to curl comb. Alright, you guys can halt. What did we see? Was it similar, different? And you think same pretty much. Yep, exactly. If you think about it in dressage brain, whenever we do a comb, we're essentially looking at where we start our move, and you could technically break up the curl into like 4 mini combs that have been curved, if that makes sense. So the starting point is the same. You're kind of just going around and then doing the comb. So it should hypothetically be the same. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit of a harder question. If you don't know what slant or slant math, that's totally okay. You can just vibe for a second. If we were in a slant and we did a curl slant, would that be the same placement theorem, you think? Or would it be different? If we were walking and we did a curl slant, would it be the same placement theorem or different? So if I was walking and I wanted to do a curl slant to remerge the line, what placement theorem would we do? Same. Okay, we're gonna test it! Oh! We're gonna test it! We're gonna test it! Alright. If you guys know what a slant and curl slant, if you know all that, cool beans. If you don't, you can just stand on the center line and watch. Let's have everybody go ahead and slant off the center line. So just pick a slant line. And I'm gonna call a walk set. And I'm gonna let you guys, you can either wait till you get to the wall, you can choose the wide tier, the chord line, just choose an arena line and test the placement theorem. We're gonna test it at the walk. So when your front hooves are in the middlemost point, that's when you're gonna begin doing your curl slant to remerge. Alright. And if you don't know what's going on, you can just chill on the center line and watch, or if you want to come over to me and make a pile on me, that's cool too, whatever you'd prefer. We can make a cute little pile. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and walk, set, pre, and go. Whatever arena line you fancy, when your front hooves are in the middlemost point, do your curl slant. And then I'll let everybody finish. Alrighty, you guys can reset. What did we think? Same, different? Yep, the same. Okay, okay. You're good, you're good. This is a more complex thing. We're doing slants plus slants, that adds slant math, and I did advertise this lessons. We're just going to be doing beginner stuff, so it's totally okay if you're confused on this one. We're basically doing a slant, and point-based, with our placement theorem, you're going to be doing a curl, and then a slant plus a slant equals a straight. So whichever way you begin that curl, you'll end up going straight afterwards. If you're confused and you want to follow me through it, I can write it for you if you want to come line up behind me. We're going to try it at the canter now. So we're going to do the canter placement theorem. So when your back of saddle is half a quadrant away from the line that you want to do that merge onto, that's when you're going to begin your curl slant. So we're going to test it. And for the pookies behind me, you can just follow me through it, and I'll be like the mama duck, and you guys can be my little ducklings. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and canter set. You guys can pick whichever line you fancy. For the people behind me, I'm going to do the 8th line. Let's go ahead and canter set, pre, and go. And then we can bonk it to the wall. Alright, any thunkies? Same, different? Yeah, you're welcome. Same. Just start putting me out with some jet. I feel like at the slower gates, it's definitely the same. At the faster gates, and depending on which direction you go, it slightly changes. In Crystal Pirates, we do slant alignment a little funky, and we use our camera angle a lot, and I didn't go into that today, so that could also affect it. That's a good query, a quibble. Yes, okay. Alright, that was our little theorizing moment. Does anybody have any more comments, thunkies, before we get into the next thing? If you're ready to go to the next thing, you can global store. If you have thunkies, you can write them in the chat. Okay. Alright, you guys can all come out. You guys can all come out of the global store. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Alrighty. Mwahaha. We're going to take a break from combs, and we're going to go into curlovers now. And we're going to do a split belt, or a waterfall, and practice merging inwards using our placement theorem. So let's do this. If you guys remember the OG line, let's line up behind Felix again, facing C. So our 26s, 25s, 24s. You guys can line up behind Felix right here, single file. And I'll explain what a waterfall/split belt is. And we're going to start zoomy this time, and then get slower. Because we're devious like that. Alright, so if you don't know what a waterfall or split belt is, it's very simple. Similar to our split at wall, we're going to be doing a split movement, but we're going to be doing a curl over instead of just going along the wall. So if I was Felix, when I reach this dot right here, I'm going to do a curl over. The person behind Felix would do it to the right, and then we just keep repeating that same motif. And then we have a nice little waterfall moment going. In Crystal Pirates, we call it a split belt, split curl over belt. Most people know it as waterfall because that's the SSD term. Alright, so we're going to do a split belt, focusing on our placement theorem. We're going to split belt at C. When we get to A, we are going to remerge using our placement theorem. So same as... Oh, welcome back. You can jump in the line. If you remember your original spot, you can squeeze in there. We're doing a waterfall/split belt using placement theorem. So at A and C, you're going to want to really lock in, because that's how you're going to begin the move and end the move. So if you haven't noticed already, if we all do these things at the same time, it makes us look more professional, quote unquote, from the overhead. But especially in comp routines, like the tiniest offset, or like imagine a slider and one person goes late for their placement theorem, it affects their gaps ever so slightly. Or I don't know if you guys have ever ridden in a bear belt where the person in front of you like whips it around versus takes it really wide and your gaps are off. This is why. The placement theorem affects things. It can be very subtle, it can be very big, but especially in comp routines, I feel like this comes in a lot. Very handy. If we're doing movements where we're going to wall, we want to make sure that everybody's doing things at the same time. Makes my comp heart happy. Alright, anyways, we're going to try that split belt in extended canter. We are zooming. Zooming. So we're going to do that split curl over at wall, and then we're going to remerge in at A. We're going to begin with the extended canter. So when your horse's front hooves have just passed the quadrant line before the one you want to merge onto, that's when you'll begin your curl over. And once you get to A side, you're going to do the same thing, but you're just going to curl over inwards to remerge. Alright, if you're ready, you can global store. If you're ready, you can global store. Alright, you guys can all come out. And we'll keep the NTT gaps going. If you'd like a challenge in the split belt/waterfall, you should be an NTT across with the person who was originally in front of you. But that's if you want a challenge. We're really focusing on placement theorem today, though. Alright, let's extended canter set. Extended canter set. Pre and go. We're going to split belt at C and then remerge in at A. Keeping those nice NTT gaps, really focusing on that placement theorem. And let's just keep doing it like it's a little infinity pool. So once we get to C, we can do another extended canter. Split. You got it. For my Pookie on the dappled gray Belgian, you'll be behind Felix running along the wall right here. So it's a curl over, so you won't go all the way out to the wall. So you'll be approximately over here. If you want to jump back in, you're good. If you want to jump back in, you'll be behind Felix now in NTT gaps. If you want to zoom up here, I can also help the other Pookie once I get our dapple gray friend over here. And then you'll curl over to the right. There you go. Now you're back in it. Right, and then you want to look at your placement theorem again at the extended canter. I'll help you in a second. And you'll be merging in behind Felix. Yep. So you want to be NTT at the extended canter. And then at wall, you're going to curl over to the right. Just keep that extended canter. Really focusing on placement theorem. You don't have to zoomies, you can just keep the extended if it's easier. And then you're going to do the same thing over here at A. So when your front hooves pass that line, you'll curl over in and remerge. There you go, awesome. Okay, my Pookie over here. Let me help you. I know you were towards the back. Let's jump you back in line real quick at the extended canter if you want to jump back in over here. And I'll kind of talk you through it. Let's have you behind tie. You'll want to be extended cantering your nose to tie's tail. When you reach the wall, you're going to be doing a split curl over. So you're going to go right in the extended canter. Alright, you got the movement down, now you're going to focus on placement theorem. So whenever you're reaching the wall, when your front hooves have passed the quadrant line before the one you want to merge onto, that's when you're going to begin the curl over. Alright, so keep that extended canter. I'll go down here and mark it for you. So when you get to me right here, this is where you're going to want to begin the curl over roughly. There you go, yep. And now you're just doing the same thing on the other side. So when your front hooves have passed one quadrant line before the wall, that's when you'll do your curl over. Boom, there you go. Alright, we're going to remerge in one more time, and then I'll call a halt set. You guys can down arrow, X key, whatever you're feeling. Let's go ahead and halt set, pre, and go. And you guys can just halt where you're at. Okay, we did lots of zoomies. It was like a conveyor belt. It was crazy. Any thunkies? Any questions before we go down to the canter? How's it feeling? Do we see how it applies to split belts / waterfall? You very much use this every day. Alright, we're going to go into canter then. Felix, can I have you beep, beep, back it up a little bit? Beep, beep, back it up. Okay, yeah, Felix is running. Alright, let's reline behind Felix, and we'll do it at the canter. So we're going to do that same exact thing. You'll be cantering using our placement theorem. So when your back of saddle is half a quadrant before the wall line, you'll do your curl over, and just make your way downtown, and then you'll repeat that same thing at A. And we'll keep those NTT gaps. Alrighty, let's take a brain break. Breathe in, breathe out. Alright, if you're ready to try that, you can pivot towards me. You spin me right round, baby, right around like a record, baby. Alright, you guys can face C, and we'll try it at the canter. Yippee! Alright, let's go ahead and canters set into NTT gaps, canters set into NTT gaps, pre, and go. Doing that same thing, placement theorem at wall, doing our split curlovers into our waterfall formation. Beautiful, beautiful. Leg spike. Okay, we're good. And then we're remerging at wall using our placement theorem. Beautiful. And we'll do the same thing again at C. Beautiful, you guys are doing great. Alright, for a challenge, when we get to A, we're going to drop to the trot. We're going to pick up the trot as our new working gait. So you guys are going to have to tappy tap this first merge and get back into gaps. So let's trot remerge at A. You guys are going to have to make it a little tappy because we're kind of far. So then let's pick up that trot. You guys can get back into NTT gaps. Take a little breather while we make our way downtown, and we'll begin the same thing at C, just at the trot. I just took a sip of water. If you need to step out of line and do that too, totally feel free. Alright, doing the same thing, but at a trot. This one's kind of nice, because we're going slow, so you really get to breathe and, like, think about it. At the extended canter, you have no time to think. You literally just have to go, go, go! Beautiful. And we're going to remerge in at A, remerge in at A. You guys are doing so good. Oh my gosh! Golf claps! Ah! Okay. Keep it going, keep it going. Good. And let's halt set, pre, and go. Awesome. Alright, how did we like the conveyor belt? Was it stressful? What did we learn? Did we learn anything from the conveyor belt? Any thunkies, quibbles? before we get into our last thing,